I'm a skinny junior in high school, trying to end my shift at a busy seafood restaurant, but I'm struggling to carry a large steel vat filled with 6 gallons of sizzling hot oil. As I move through the kitchen, the vapors irritate my eyes, making it hard to see that someone's dropped a single slice of tomato on the floor in front of me. My left foot slides forward, and I try with everything that I have not to fall. But this quick shift in balance is enough to make the oil splash from all sides and spill down on my bare forearms like lava. Now the kitchen staff is completely frozen. My manager, Ron, breaks through the crowd. "Oh my God, you need to go to the hospital right now." But I fight back tears and tell him I can't. I have a date. Her name is Tony. And when I asked Tony to be my girlfriend, her smile was my introduction to love. And today is our 1 year anniversary. So we're gonna go to Rocky Point Amusement Park to celebrate. All summer, we've been planning this trip like it was our high school honeymoon. So no, I'm not gonna spend the day sitting in a hospital waiting room. In fact, I will rise up and walk out of my own funeral before I miss this date. So I arrive at Tony's house and my arms are starting to throb. I'm wearing a long sleeve, thick flannel shirt. She takes one look at me and says, "It's 90 degrees today. What are you wearing?" So I tell her it's the only shirt I have that doesn't smell like a seafood restaurant. But secretly, I just don't want her to see my arms and start freaking out. So by the time we get to Rocky Point, my arms feel like they're engulfed in flames. And as we walk around the park, every little motion is sending waves of pain up and down my central nervous system. So when Tony reaches out to hold my hand, I hop back like her touch is a bolt of lightning. As a result, she pulls her hand away until it disappears and hides in her pocket. We go on the roller coaster first. And as soon as we strap in, she says, "Remember, as soon as we go over the edge, throw your arms in the air." But the cringe in my body language indicates there is no way in hell I'm doing that. And now she looks disappointed, so I try to smooth things over with a smile, but her body language indicates that the damage has already been done. Next, we're walking past the carnival games, and she hints, "I've always wanted someone to win me a big stuffed animal." So now I'm looking for a game that doesn't involve using my arms. I settle on the Crazy Clown water gun shooting gallery. And just holding the gun steady feels like torture, so I'm concentrating on this like it was an Olympic event. And after 5 tries, I finally win her a prize. But her shoulders slump when I hand her a tiny stuffed animal attached to a keychain. 6 rides and one absolutely disgusting corn dog lunch later, Tony and I are barely talking. I'm sweating like I have malaria, and her smile started walking back to the car hours ago. Our big date just feels like one big disaster. She breaks the silence. "Look, I just want to go on the Ferris wheel and we can just go home." And I'm thinking, okay, the Ferris wheel, a nice, slow, easy ride. I can do this. But as soon as we get on, she looks at me and says, "Why are you sitting so far away?" And then, like a judo expert, she grabs my arm and flips it over her shoulder. Now, I don't remember exactly what I hollered, but the way she froze in mid gasp told me it may have been a little inappropriate. She loses it. "That's it, you're a jerk, I'm done." So I just break down and tell her what happened at work. And now she's rolling up my sleeves to see the red, sticky, pus-filled blisters pulsating on both my forearms. And in that moment, she manages to mimic my manager Ron to a T. "Oh my God, you need to go to the hospital right now." An hour later, a nurse is giving me an IV for pain and dehydration. I pass out shortly afterwards. Surprisingly, our relationship survived this disastrous date. But what it didn't survive is time. You see, when I was a junior in high school, Tony was a senior. And when she graduated, she got accepted to a great college, 2,000 miles away. So once the summer ended, so did our relationship. By winter, my arms were completely healed. But the absence of Tony's smile left something inside of me smoldering. So for years, I wished I could go back and relive that day at Rocky Point, because I would have done anything just to hold her hand, win her the biggest prize, and keep my arms wrapped around her as long as I could. I wouldn't care despite the pain. Because when my first love told me that she no longer loved me, that pain made those second-degree burns feel like my arms were just lightly toasted. Thank you.